Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM or WYADonline.com. We're glad you all could join us. Also, those tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, we're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, this time of year, a lot of us have made resolutions when it comes to our diet, exercise, and, of course, being able to live a healthier, happier life. That all kind of begins with what we're taking in and how we're treating our body. I'm really excited to welcome Dr. Michael Crupain to our program today. He's the co-author of a new book called What to Eat When, a strategic plan to improve your health and life through food. We'll talk to Dr. Crupain not only about what it's been like for him to share this valuable information, but also already what it's like for him to see the way that people are responding to the new book. Dr. Crupain, hello to you and welcome to the program.
How are you?
You know, I'm doing really good, really excited about this because when I was reading this book, the thing that came to my mind is that I think a lot of times, you know, we kind of try to think about one or the other, right? We think about eating healthier. We don't always think about the times that we eat and the difference that make. What has it been like for you to be a part of that conversation, Dr. Crupain, and to let people know that both of them are important?
Yeah, I think it's really been very special, and it's very important, and it's not something that most of us think about, right? We think about what's on the plate. We spend so much time talking about what's good for us, what's bad for us, but we spend very little time talking about when we eat it, right? And it turns out that when we eat is just as important as what we eat. And it all has to do with something called our circadian rhythm, and that's our body's clock. And we probably know a little bit about that because it's important for sleep, or if we travel and we go to a different time zone, we get jet lagged because it's messed up our body's clock. Well, that clock, main job is really to get our body to do the right thing or ready to do the right thing at the right time. Then we actually have to do it. And so it doesn't just impact our sleep. It also impacts our metabolism. So our metabolism actually changes throughout the day. And our circadian rhythm, or this clock, is set by the sun. And you can think once upon a time, we didn't have electricity and we didn't have refrigerators. We had the sun, right? And so we had to live with the sun. And we had to eat when the sun was shining because that's when we could find food. So our bodies still think that way. They still want us to eat early in the day and fast at night when it's dark. And so if you can eat when your body wants you to eat, you're basically hacking into that, your metabolism, and you're doing what your body wants to do, and that's a great way to get healthy, to lose weight, to have more energy, and even to sleep better.
Exactly. And I think to think that it all kind of goes together, I think that is the big thing for people. Now, everyone is busy these days, Dr. Crupain, and so, of course, one of the big things that we hear people talk about, I know I hear it here in Mississippi as well as from our audience online, is that, you know, I don't have time, you know, to try to do this. I don't have the time, or because of my schedule, it's difficult for me to do X, Y, or Z. What has it been like for you to be able to share with people that it really does boil down to planning, how if we do plan, it does make this a whole lot easier to then be able to execute?
Yeah, well, planning is the key, and planning is so important, and it's hard to eat healthy, and as you know, and in the environment we live in, right, we have access to unhealthy foods, and we seem to always have access to the most unhealthy things at the times we want them, right? So it makes it really easy to do the wrong thing. But when you're planning, that is the key. So one thing I like to do, or what we say in the book, is you should eat your dinner for breakfast, right? So you should eat your largest meal for breakfast or for lunch, and dinner should be your smallest meal. And that's how you hack into that metabolism I was talking about. And in order to do that, we think that you should eat foods for breakfast that you would eat for dinner, right? That's what eat your dinner for breakfast means. So in this country, we usually think of breakfast as, you know, like a bowl of cereal or pancakes or pastry, things that are sort of simple carbs, really sugary typically. But there's no reason you can't eat what you would eat for dinner for breakfast, right? So you could eat a piece of fish or a piece of chicken, or my favorite is pasta. So I love eating pasta for breakfast. And what I do is I make a plan. So at night, I'll make what I want to eat for breakfast. When I have more time, I have that time at night. In the morning, I'm running around. I'm the medical director at the Dr. Oz show, so we start early, so I got to run and get here every day. So at night, I'll cook. I'll make something for breakfast, maybe for lunch, and I'll pack it away. And the next morning, it's easy to go. I can either eat it right away or I can grab it and take it with me. And a little hack, actually, if you like pasta like I do, when you let your pasta cool, the starch that's in there, that's the same type of starch that's in potatoes and other starchy things, it when it cools, it changes a little bit. So starch is a long chain of sugars, so like it spikes your blood sugar, it puts more sugar in your body. But when you let it cool, it changes into something called resistant starch. So some of that starch becomes something that's more like fiber. And, fiber is good for us. Fiber doesn't turn into sugar in our body. So so planning can actually make your life a little easier and healthier.
For sure. For those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. Dr. Michael Crupain is our guest for this segment. He's the co-author of a new book called What to Eat When, a strategic plan to improve your health and life through food. The book even includes a 31-day plan that you guys can take advantage of to kind of help you with that planning we were just talking about. The last thing I want to talk to you about, and we're going to remind our audience, Dr. Crupain, how they can get the book, is something that really kind of stepped on my toes. I know for myself, I tend to eat the most unhealthiest when I'm nervous. So typically when I'm going on the air or, doing a job, I love the fact that you guys kind of address different things when it comes to that, whether you're dealing with anxiety, right, dealing with something at work, dealing with, health issues. Do you hope that people also realize when they're reading the book how they can even plan for that so that they are able to make better choices?
Yeah, for sure. The first third of the book, I'd say, first half, the percentage that changes every time I think about it, is about how to eat with your circadian rhythm, what we talked about, right? What we just talked about, how to eat with the sun. But then, not every day is the same, right? So you get thrown a wrench all the time. So whether that's something like you're hungry, or you have to go on an interview, or you're on a trip, or it's something serious like you want to prevent heart disease or cancer, we've got a plan for you there and the food you can eat to do those things.
Got you. Well, Dr. Crupain, thank you so much for the time. The book is available through our friends at Amazon.com or through your favorite bookstore. And Dr. Crupain, looking forward to you coming back on the program again.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really fun.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Dr. Crupain, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. You can click on the link there, listen to the show completely for free, and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make it a great one.